I still remember there was an old farmer passing by with his bicycle, and so he asked me, "Hey Freddy, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm looking for earthworms." And he didn't even give me an answer, he just shook his head. So what a stupid guy. And just drove by. I'm an organic farmer and entrepreneur. My name is Alfred Grand. We are here at the Grand Garden. This is a market garden and it's part of Grand Farm. The only constant in my farm is the change. When I was young, we had a conventional farm, we were plowing, we were focusing on sugar beet and some winemaking, and we had the restaurant. And I was in a very basic professional farmer school, and we learned about composting, thermophilic composting, so composting with high input and high temperatures. And I was interested just from a business side. So I wanted to make money with compost. And because I was a little bit of computer nerd, I had one of the first internet access in our village with these modems, which was and then you didn't work, and then it didn't work, and it didn't work, and then it worked once. And I hammered in the word compost into my keyboard, and what always popped up was vermi-compost, and I didn't have any clue what that is at all. So I just ignored it. And then there was once written on the screen, vermi-compost, the best compost of the world. And I said, oh, okay, maybe it's not that uninteresting. I ordered some books from North America, and I started to read into this topic of vermicomposting, which is composting with the help of earthworms. We made a lot of tough decisions, for example, to stop winemaking, because winemaking was on the farm for generations. And I was even afraid that my parents say, okay, why did you stop winemaking? But I knew that I can't do both. I can't expand my winemaking and at the same time expand my vermicomposting. And then I thought, okay, I'm one of 30,000 winemakers in Austria. And on the other side, I'm nearly the only vermicomposter at that time all over Europe. I thought, okay, where do I see more potential? There were some moments, especially one was quite difficult, because then we knew how to produce it, but then we really struggled with the marketing, with the sales and so on. And I was not sure if I'm running blind into something crazy, because a lot of other people already said I'm crazy trying to sell earthworm shit in boxes, which could be kind of weird business model. And at that time, my business partner that I'm working now with, Leopold Fischer, he was a business consultant, and he lives in the same village. And so I asked him, I need a second opinion, because I was only just for myself. And after 1 year of working together, we agreed that it makes sense what we are doing. It's just that we are just in a very early stage, and the market hasn't developed. And so we decided to found a new company, a limited, Alfred Grand, and start from scratch. And then it started rolling. It was a relief, because I thought, okay, this is the thing with a huge potential, and this is the future, and we have to go in this direction. And because meanwhile, it was not only a business thing for me, a business model or something to make money, but I learned so many things. I would say I'm trained by earthworms because the earthworms made me think about the methods that we used on the farm. My opinion about the soil was like a sponge. It takes up water, you fill in the nutrients with fertilizer, and then the plant sucks it up, and the amount that you transport away with your crop, that's refilled, and that's it. No, there's much more. And that was one of the reasons why I changed to organic farming, because I wanted to have these methods, these processes take place more. I learned with the time that you often hear that's not possible. And one of these things is you can't be a successful organic farmer and not plowing. And as a conventional farm, we decided not to kill the earthworms through the plow. So my father already stopped plowing. And then I wanted to convert to organic farming. But then they said, yeah, if you want to convert to organic, but then you have to start plowing again. And I didn't want to. So everyone told me, yeah, but that's not possible. But then research took place also on our farm where we realized, okay, we can do it, we can manage it. It's just a question of know-how on one side, and then also to try new things, look around, how can other farmers do it, how is it done in other countries, and so on. So you have to inform yourself, you have to be open-minded, and then you can often find solutions. Not always, but often. And in 2014, I started to get involved on a European level. More or less, the Ministry of Agriculture in Europe started an initiative called AP-Agri, European Innovation Partnership for Agriculture. And they started their first focus groups, handling one topic for half a year. So they proposed the topic, organic farming, and I made an application, and I really didn't think that I could be selected, because I just tried it, but I was selected by the Commission. And then it's really something, because if you think that you have, as a small farmer from a small country, you have a chance to contribute to a solution on a high level, and this was really something special for me. And meanwhile, because of all these projects that were going on the farm, and all this research that was already done on the farm, and it already took me 20-30% of my time just to coordinate these projects. So in 2018 I decided to redevelop my farm into a research and demonstration farm. And we decided to focus on soil health, agro-forestry and market gardening. And even there it didn't stop, so there's a constant development. I'm just overflowing of ideas permanently. So if we talk about heritage, fruit trees, and say, yeah, I want to have to do this. If you talk about bees, yeah, I want to have bees on the farm. I want to have a chicken, so a vegetable, yeah, cool, let's have vegetable, let's make a market garden, let's do compost, let's do this, let's do that. But I don't have all the skills, and I can't do it because I can't be a master beekeeper. And then I realized I don't have to know everything myself. Because, for example, the market garden, I had no idea about vegetable growing. But I don't care, because I have a team, and the team can do it. And this is also something you have to accept, that you can't learn everything that you are interested in, but you still can make it possible when you involve a group of people or a lot of people with different skills. So the only constant in my farm is the change, because I always thought, if we can establish this vermi-composting operation, this is my dream, and this is what we want to have, and so okay, now we have this. But then, even before we reached the dream, they say, okay, it's a successful company and this and that, I already came up with a new idea. So doing research on the organic farm was something big, and then establishing the research and demonstration farm, and then with the market garden, and now we are heading towards more education, more demonstration, more awareness raising that we ever thought could be possible. So we try not only to think about food production, but we try to cooperate with different people from different sectors and get in as many ideas as possible. And then we try to find holistic solutions for having a better planet for the next generations. It was really good to have the farm as a backup, because otherwise we couldn't have afforded to have that quite long developing process. So we would have went bankrupt if we wouldn't have that backup of the farm in the background. And I think not everyone wants to take that risk. I'm happy if everyone takes the risk, but I'm sure not everyone has the comfort to say, okay, I'm risking half of my farm or whatever. So I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but at least it's not boring. I can promise.